Hello friends, I welcome you in lecture number 8 on basic statistics. In this lecture we are going to discuss about percentiles and quartiles. So first we understand the meaning of percentiles. A percentile provides information about how the data are spread over the interval from the smallest value to the largest value. For data that do not contain numerous repeated values, the pth percentile divides the data into two parts. Approximately p% of the observations have values less than the pth percentile, and approximately 100 minus p% of the observations have values greater than the pth percentile. For example, suppose we have some data points like this. Then suppose this is 1, 2, 3. Suppose this is third percentile. Then this third percentile have values which are less than, this data has values which are less than this third percentile, and 100 minus 3, that is 97% of the observations are greater than this percentile. So that is meaning of percentile. It divides the data into two parts. Approximately 3% of the observations have values which are less than the third percentile, and approximately 100 minus 3, that is 97% of the observations have values greater than the pth percentile. Okay, this will be more clear when we do the problems. So percentiles means they provide information about how the data are spread over the interval from the smallest to the largest value. So now we discuss how to calculate pth percentile. For calculation, first we have to arrange the data in ascending order. That is, we have to write down the observations starting from smallest to largest value. In step 2, we calculate index I using this formula. I equal to p into n divided by 100, where p is the percentile in which we are interested, n is the total number of observations. So first we find out value of I, and we will remember that I is given by p times n divided by 100. Now this I has two possibilities. Either I is an integer or it is not an integer. Now suppose I is not an integer. For example, I equal to say 10.3. So this is not an integer. Then we consider the integer which is just greater than this 10.3. So integer just greater than 10.3 is 11. Suppose 10.3 is somewhere here. So integer just greater than 10.3 is 11. So here I have written, if I is not an integer, round up. That means find out the next integer greater than I. So that next integer greater than I denotes the position of the pth percentile. So if next integer greater than 10.3 is 11, then that pth percentile is at 11th position. So we can count that position because we have arranged our data in ascending order. So we will look for observation at 11th position, and that will be our pth percentile. Now if I is an integer, then pth percentile is the average of the values in positions I and I plus 1. For example, suppose I equal to 7, then we will take average of 7 and 8th position. So this is going to be 8 plus 7, 15 by 2. So we will take average of these two, and we will find out the in pth percentile as the average of the values in position I and I plus 1. So this we have to consider average of the observations at position 7 and 8. we will not consider average of 7 and 8, but here if I is integer, say I equal to 7, then we find out I plus 1, that is 8. So pth percentile will be equal to observation at 7th position plus observation at 8th position divided by 2. So if I is an integer, the pth percentile is the average of the values in positions I and I plus 1. So if I equal to 7, I plus 1 will be 8. So we find out from the data, we find out observations at 7 and 8 positions, and whatever values are there, for example, suppose we have 12 and 19, then we will take average of 12 and 19. We will not take average of 7 and 8. 7 and 8 denotes the position of that observation. So if I is not an integer, I is an integer, the pth percentile is the average of the values in positions I and I plus 1. And if I is not an integer, the pth percentile is at the position which is the next integer greater than I. So if I have say 12.7, then next integer greater than 12.7 is 13. So pth percentile will be at 13th position. So in this way we can calculate these percentiles. First we have to arrange the data in ascending order, then we find out index I by this formula, p into n by 100. If I is not an integer, we find out the integer just greater than I, and pth percentile is at that position. If I is an integer, we find out the average of observations at I and I plus 1th position, and that average will be equal to pth percentile. After that we have this definition, quartiles. So quartiles are the 3 points which divides the data into 3 equal parts. So for example, here we have Q1, here we have Q1, Q2 and Q3. So the 3 points which divide the data into 4 equal parts are known as quartiles, and quartiles are nothing but 25th, 50th and 75th percentiles, and we have discussed how to calculate pth percentile. So quartiles are special case of percentiles. These particular percentiles number 25, 50 and 75, these 3 percentiles divide the data into 3 equal parts, therefore into 4 equal parts, therefore they are known as quartiles. So quartiles are those percentiles which divide the data into 4 equal parts. So there are 3 quartiles and we will have 4 equal parts. We can see here 1, 2, 3 and I have missed here. Here I should write 1. So these are 4 equal parts. Quartiles are 3 points which divide the data into 4 equal parts. So this Q1 is the 25th percentile. So 25% observations are less than Q1 and 75% observations are greater than Q1. Similarly, Q2 is the 50th percentile. So 50% observations are less than Q2 and 50% observations are greater than Q2. Q3 is the 75th percentile. So 75% observations are less than Q3 and 25% observations are greater than Q3. So the 3 points Q1, Q2, Q3 which divide data into 4 equal parts are known as quartiles, and quartiles are the 25th, 50th and 75th percentiles. So we will remember first quartile Q1 equal to 25th percentile, second quartile Q2 equal to 50th percentile, and third quartile Q3 equal to 75th percentile. Now this second quartile Q2 is the 50th percentile. That means it will divide the data into two equal parts. That means half of the observations are less than Q2 and half of the observations are greater than Q2. And if we recall, this is nothing but median. Median is the value which divides the data into two equal parts. So this second quartile Q2 will be equal to value of median, or median is the second quartile which is 50th percentile. So this will we will keep in mind that second quartile Q2 coincides with median and it is given by 50th percentile. So here we have written all these remarks. The first quartile Q1 is the value which exceeds 25% of the observations. That is 25% of the observations are less than Q1 and is exceeded by 75% of the observations. That is 75% of the observations are greater than Q1. So on this side we have 25% of the observations, on this side we have 75% of the observations. Similarly, the second quartile Q2 coincides with the median. As I discussed, it will divide the data into two equal parts. So 50% observations are less than Q2, 50% observations are greater than Q2. The third quartile Q3 is the point which has 75% observations before it and 25% observations after it. So for Q3 we have this type of situations. Let me sketch again. We have four equal parts, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here we have Q3. So 75% of the observations are less than Q3 and 25% of the observations are greater than Q3. Or we have written here 75% observations before Q3 and 25% observations after Q3. So here we have taken one example to explain how to compute these quartiles or percentiles. Suppose that a college placement office sent a questionnaire to a sample of business school graduates requesting information on monthly starting salaries. Following table shows the collected data. So here we have data of monthly starting salaries for a sample of n equal to 12 business school graduates. So this is the data of monthly starting salaries of 12 business school graduates, 2850, 2950. So we can see here we have data which is not arranged in either ascending or descending order. We are asked to find out 85th percentile, 58th percentile and quartiles. So as we have discussed, first we have to arrange our observations in ascending order. So before going for the formulas for percentiles, we have arranged this data in ascending order. So we have observed all these observations and we find that this 2710 is the smallest value, so that we have written here. Then we have 2755. So in that way we look each and every observation and we have arranged this data in ascending order starting from smallest to largest value. Now to decide 85th percentile, first we have to decide the index, or we have to decide the position number of 85th percentile. So for that we have to find out this index I, as we have discussed, I equal to P into n by 100. Here P means we are interested in the percentile number 85. Number of observations are 12. So first we find out value of I. So we put P equal to 85, n equal to 12, and we obtain that I equal to 10.2, and this is not an integer. So the next integer to 10.2 is 11. So we concentrate on the 11th observation, or we find out the observation at 11th position, because this I is not an integer. The integer just greater than 10.2 is 11. Therefore, the position of 85th percentile is 11th position. So from this we can see, we start from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Just a minute, I have to check again. Okay, we check again. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So observation at position number 11 is 3130, or we can directly find from this. This is the observation at 12th position. So this is observation at 11th position. So that is our 85th percentile. 85th percentile is observation at 11th position, and we find that it is 3130. Okay, so in this way we can easily find out percentiles. So here we find out I equal to P into N by 100. This value is 10.2. So we round up and we obtain position number 11, and we find out position number 11 from this data, and we obtain that 85th percentile is $3130. Similarly, we find out 50th percentile. This is nothing but Q2, or second quartile, or median. So here P is 50. We first find out I equal to P into N by 100. P is 50, N is 12, and we obtain 6 value. So this is an integer. So if I is an integer, we concentrate on ith and I plus 1th observation. I is 6 and I plus 1 is 7. So we find out the observations which are at position 6 and 7, and this percentile will be average of 6th observation and 7th observation. So first we decide what are the 6th and 7th observations. So again we have to count. This is second observation, third, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 2890 and 2920. So that we have written here. First we have written that I equal to 6, which is an integer. Therefore 50th percentile is the average of the 6th and 7th data values, or 6th and 7th observations. So therefore 50th percentile equal to 6th observation, which is 2890, 7th observation, which is 2920, divided by 2, and average is 2905. So in this way we obtain 50th percentile or second quartile. Okay, we know that second quartile will be equal to 50th percentile. Now in this second part we have to find out quartiles. That means we have to find out Q1, Q2 and Q3. We know that Q1 means 25th percentile, Q2 means 50th percentile, and Q3 means 75th percentile. This we have already obtained in second part. So now we find out Q1 and Q3, that is 25 and 75th percentiles. So again we have same procedure. We have written here Q2 is 2905, Q1 is 25th percentile, therefore P equal to 25, I will be equal to P into N by 100. Here we substitute P equal to 25. So we have 3. This is an integer. So we find out observation number 3 and 4. Okay, so we find out observation number 3 and 4 and we take their average. So again we come to our data. This is first observation, second, this is third observation, this is fourth observation, 2850 and 2880. So average of these two will be first quartile or 25th percentile. So Q1 here I equal to 3, which is an integer. Therefore Q1 equal to average of third and fourth data values or fourth observations. Therefore Q1 is 2850 plus 2880 divided by 2, which is 2865. Similarly, we obtain 75th percentile. P is 75, I equal to P n by 100. We substitute P equal to 75, n equal to 12, and we obtain 9. So again this is an integer. So 75th percentile will be average of 9th and 10th observations. Okay, so that we have written here. I is an integer, therefore 75th percentile is the average of 9th and 10th data values. So we have to look after for 9th and 10th position. This is 12th position, this is 11, this is 10th, and this is 9th. So average of 2950 and 3050, that will be 75th percentile. So that we have written here. Q3 equal to 9th observation, 10th observation divided by 2, and we obtain $3,000. So this is the 75th percentile or Q3. Okay, so in this way we can obtain pth percentile using this method. We make some remarks here. The quartiles divide the data into 4 parts, with each part containing 25% of the observations. So here we have shown these quartiles which we have obtained. We have obtained that Q1 is 2865, Q2 is 2905, Q3 is 3000. So Q1 is 2865 means it is greater than 2850 and smaller than 2865. So we can see this 25% of the observations are below Q1 and 75% of the observations are after Q1 or greater than Q1. This is 25th percentile. Similarly, Q2 is 50th percentile. So it is after 2890 and before 2920. Its value is 2905, which is less than 2920 and greater than 2890. So we can see that 50% observations are less than Q2 and 50% observations are greater than Q2. Similarly, Q3 is 3000 and this is less than 3000. So 75% observations are less than Q3 and this 25% observations are greater than Q3. So quartiles divide the data into 4 parts, and there are 3 quartiles, Q1, Q2 and Q3, which are 25th, 50th and 75th percentiles. So we will require these quartiles in the topic of dispersion, measures of dispersion. So that is why we discuss all these things in these lectures. So that whenever we require them, we can compute that quartiles. Here we have just shown how location of quartiles is there. So suppose this is graph of some frequency distribution, then we can see before Q1 there are 25% observations, after Q1 there are 75% observations. There are 4 equal parts, each part contains 25% of the observations. Similarly, if we observe here, this is third quartile. So before third quartile there are 75% of the observations, and after third quartile there are 25% of the observations. So quartiles divide the data into 1, 2, 3 and 4 equal parts. Okay, so this is all about this session. I hope you understand how to find out percentiles and particularly quartiles. So I stop here. Thank you very much.